So I'm writing a new book. I've written two already. Back when I was 19, 20 years old, I had Becoming You, the 31 day devotional. A few years ago, well, it was right before Ashton was born. So a little over 2 years ago, I wrote The Church of Now, which is one that I'm really proud of. Just talking about how we all have a place in the Church of Now, because a lot of people think, hey, I've got to do something in the future or I got to do something in the past. But sometimes we forget that we are all a part of the church now. We don't have to wait. We're not washed. Like, God can use us right where we are. So that was 2 years ago. And ever since this past summer, I've been feeling like God's been saying, hey, Matt, it's time to write another. It's time to write another book. It's time, like, you've got the thoughts. Just sit down and do it. And I've been inspired by a lot of different people, a lot of different things, but I would never just sit down and do it. And I would go on runs. That's something that I've been into over the last year or so. Training for a marathon at the moment, which I'll tell you a little bit more about here in a moment. But on these runs, I would listen to podcasts. I would listen to people that have written books. I would listen to people who have run marathons. And really, I was listening to people who inspired me. And I would be in the middle of a long run and be like, oh man, when I get home, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write a day, right? I'm going to write a page, whatever that looks like. And I didn't. And it was like 6 or 7 months of me kind of pushing this thing off. And I just decided, beginning of the year, everybody has their own goals and their own mindsets and their own things that they want to do that are new. And so I said, you know what? This is going to be the moment that I write the book. So here's what I'm going to do. It's called the Church of Now Devotional. So it's going to be 30 days. And so it's kind of a sequel to the main Church of Now book. But what I want to do with this book is really every day, every single day, be able to supply some sort of wisdom or some sort of insight into what it looks like for you as the reader to take a step back and say, oh my gosh, God can use me now. I don't have to wait for that moment in the future, and I don't have to feel like I've already done too much in the past, that I can just coast or nobody's going to listen to me anymore because I'm old or whatever. No, God has something for you. And I believe that in this book, over those 30 days, it's going to make a difference. It's going to be something that is insightful. It's going to be something that gives wisdom, because honestly, this is something that I need to hear myself. And I believe it's going to be powerful for you too. So, the Church of Now devotional, it's going to be a 30-day devotional, and it's going to come out sometime this year. I don't exactly know when it's going to come out. One of the things that I've messed up or struggled with over the last couple releases is I've gotten it out too quick without doing the promo or without doing the marketing the way I needed to, and I'm still trying to figure out what all that stuff looks like. But I also want to get it into the hands of people that will help me promote it, that will endorse it if they think it's really good. But also get feedback, and so if it needs to be tweaked or something it needs to be changed, I'm okay with that too. So it's going to come out sometime in 2025. I just don't know when yet. It could be closer to Christmas. It could be closer to summer. Who knows? I'm not really worried about when it comes out. I'm just worried about when it comes out. And one of the things that I've been doing, if you've ever thought about writing a book, and I've had to just be disciplined about this because it's not always the easiest thing to do, to sit down, get out all these thoughts, come up with all these ideas. I've been doing a chapter or a day, or a page a day. And so with 30 days, I'm writing one page a day. And then once those days are done, then I can go back through, edit those, change them if I need to. But that's my discipline that I'm doing right now in the moment. And I'm excited about it. And I want to apologize because I haven't been on the podcast over the last couple of months. I can't even remember. I want to say October, maybe been the last time that I've released that. Honestly, a lot of things have just happened. And really, it's in my own head. I struggle with this idea of having, maybe you've heard the two wolves story. You got the bad dog or the bad wolf and the good wolf, whichever one you feed is the one who will lead in your life. And I feel like I've always had this in my head of 1,000 different wolves trying to compete for thoughts and trying to win those thoughts. And so um, there's been a lot of things that have been going on where I just feel like I haven't been myself. And so I feel like I'm in a better headspace, feel like I have a new perspective on things. And so I'm excited to kind of get back into the podcast stuff as well. I don't know what that's going to look like over the next couple of months when it comes to um, when I'm going to release things, what days I'm going to release those. Sometimes it might be random. Sometimes it might be a sit down kind of thing with wisdom that I've learned or something I'm trying to learn in the moment. It might be a sermon that I've preached over the last couple of years that I might just throw up there. But one of my biggest struggles as I'm in a marathon training block right now is whenever my daughter goes down to take a nap, is usually when I run. Um, on my off days when I'm not working, oftentimes I'll run in the mornings when Maddie has Ashton before I go to work. But on those days that I have off, I'm either with Ashton or she's napping and I'm running. So it's hard to find that moment to sit down and do that. But I'm excited for it. I'm excited for this book to come out, and I'm excited for you all to get it. I would love if you all would be interested in helping me promote that thing. Again, I don't know exactly when it's coming out. I'm in the process of working on it and designing it and formatting it and writing it and doing all that stuff. But over the next couple months, it's going to come out, and would love to have you help me promote that. But I'm excited for it. Excited for 2025. I hope a lot of you all have a lot of good goals, a lot of things that are happening in your life. Um, I got a lot of good things that are coming up that uh, will be announced, here in a couple months that I'm excited for. But really stoked about the book coming out. The Church of Now devotional. It's going to be 30 days. I'm excited. So, if you ever have any questions about podcasts, about writing, about videos, all this stuff, I'm going to try to start doing running videos, maybe, or maybe just one for the marathon. How the training went for that. I don't know. I just want to try things this year, see what happens. So, the Church of Now book coming out soon. The Church of Now podcast is going to start to ramp up a little bit more than it has in the past, and hopefully be a little more consistent. Again, just trying to stay disciplined there. But thanks for being a part of the journey. I'm excited for it. If you haven't already gotten the Church of Now book, go and do that. You can get it on Amazon. It's $10 right now. But if you haven't done that, go ahead and do that. But then again, there's a new one coming out this year. So we'll see you soon. Thank you for everything that you all have been doing, listening and sharing and all those things. But I'll see you in the next podcast or video.